Hey, what's up? My name's Grant Kanoki. I'm a singer, songwriter, producer, and artist, and you're listening to Power 98.5.
We don't play the social game. We are social. Power 98.5. You're listening to Power 98.5, powered by United Angels Dream, your #1 resource for public relations, entertainment, and multimedia. Contact them today at unitedangelsdream.com.
Hi, this is Dan Aykroyd. He's progressive. He's beautiful. He's thoughtful. He's intelligent. He's powerful. He's positive. He is Stephen Cuoco on Power 98.5 Satellite Radio.
Empowering listeners from the US to the UK. Live on air with Stephen Cuoco.
It's sunny out. It's beautiful. It's a great day. We've got Colorado weather going. That's where I'm at right now, currently working on some projects. We got my dear friend Isaac Hayes III, Atlanta, Georgia. We're going to find out what the temperature and what the weather is like down there. The last time I had lived in Georgia was for 4 years. I graduated from Sprayberry High School, Marietta, and I haven't been to that city since then. So I hope to come back to see Mr. Isaac Hayes III. And if you haven't heard who Isaac Hayes III is, Fanbase. Like, this app is not up and coming. This app has been around for a while. People are using it. I'm using it. It's fun. It's fantastic. It's got a lot of great potential. Isaac's tech team and his team in general, they are working very, very hard and diligently to bring you the best and what I would like to say more user-friendly and a lot different from, what we know of from Facebook, Instagram, other social medias. And we're going to get a one-on-one exclusive from Mr. Isaac Hayes, exactly the purpose of Fanbase, what the passion points are, the concept behind Fanbase, and overall to introduce Isaac Hayes III. He has definitely made all the right moves. With that, from songwriting to producing to brand manager to now tech founder to being an integral part of electing Atlanta's Keisha Lance Bottoms as mayor. His business, social, and political activism is on a steep rise, making him a pillar of Atlanta's African-American community. But more importantly, or most importantly, he is a leader for all communities. With that being said, Mr. Isaac Hayes III, welcome to the show, live on air with Stephen Cuoco on Power 98.5.
What's up, man? How are you?
I'm doing very, very well. Just got done making 2 quick hot dogs and flossed my teeth, and now I'm talking to you.
Awesome. Thanks for having me, man. Appreciate it.
So, Fanbase, you've covered a lot. You've gone into the financial aspects of it online. We're not going to go there. We're not going to go there, traditionally of where you've gone with your other interviews. I would like for you to take this opportunity and go to a place or places, Isaac, that are more interest for you and for the platform that you may not have had the opportunity to discuss before. So my first question would be, why Fanbase? Why now?
We are at an inflection point with content, right? I think the way that people are engaging with content and feeling about the ownership and that they have and their value that they bring, they're starting to realize that. They're starting to realize that platforms like Instagram and like Facebook leverage the collective group of people that use the platform to make money. And so I often say, something that I say quite a bit is, if you're not making money directly from your social media, meaning the platform itself isn't paying you, then you are the product, right? So if you're not making money directly from Instagram, directly from Facebook, directly from YouTube, then you're the product. And so understanding that, it's just, letting people know that now there's other ways to actually use social media, but also make money from it. And that's a big deal because we're leaving a lot of money on the table by not monetizing our content, while platforms like, Facebook are making about $90 billion a year in ad revenue when you combine what Instagram and Facebook make together. So the time is now. It's just changing. I always say the ad-based model for social media is fossil fuels, and we're going electric. We try to be the Tesla of social media. We trying to get real electric. And that's our vibe.
Making money, is that, and it's something I'm already doing and happening on Fanbase. Was that the main purpose or goal, is to give everyone the opportunity to have some sort of equity investment into this? Can we go a little bit deeper into more of the community aspect of how it's not about the advertising, it's now about the people, it's about their content, it's about where they're finding value within themselves and finding those like-minded people and getting paid while, what is it, a certain percentage of a cent with these hearts?
Well, so what I'll say is the idea to build the platform came from a kid. He was 17 years old at the time. He was dancing in a Spider-Man costume and in a GameStop to Aha Take On Me, and he went viral. And the moment that he went viral, I reached out to him because he's from Memphis. I'm from Memphis, and he didn't know how to monetize. Like he was like, "Are you a manager?" Like, I need a manager, because he was having this moment where he was going viral. And what I've noticed, I come from the music business, and so I see artists, musicians, singers, rappers post an exhaustive amount of content, and the end result of that they're looking for is some sort of breakthrough success, and then the result of that success is financial gain, living out your dreams and getting paid to do what you love, right? And so oftentimes so many artists die on that hill of trying to make it, because they might be trying to post videos for 2 or 3 years or catch that viral moment, and they give up, and then it's over. And so what you really have to understand is the moment that you start, creating content, you should be putting it in a position that people can support you through monetization. So, you can't name a business that becomes successful by giving away the product for free up until a point that someone sees it and then tells everybody about it. And then that's when everybody starts to buy the product. It doesn't work like that. You can't sell shoes like that. You can't sell hamburgers like that. You can't sell anything like that. But people basically do that with their content on social media. They post and post and post and post and post and post and post for years, 2 years, 3 years. And then that one piece of content breaks through and goes viral, which was very similar to what happened in the music industry with mixtapes in the mixtape era, where you've given away 150 songs, only have one song break through. But if you were charging people for those first 150, you would have developed a fan base of people that were consistently paying you for your content. And so that's the idea behind the platform. The loves and the subscriptions are just different verticals or different avenues, a way that people can support creators. Because people like stuff, but I used to always say people, "Oh, I wish I could love this. This is such a great thing you said. I wish I could love it." Well, now you can love it on Fanbase. You can purchase love from the subscription store, and every time you love someone's post, you give that person half a penny, and you can give them as much love as you want to give them. And then if you like what they do on a consistent basis and really want to support them, you can subscribe to their content. So you can have followers and subscribers on the same page on Fanbase. So you're never really left out. You get, the best of both worlds. You get the follower experience and you get the subscription experience for premium content. And that's for every single person. Stephen, we're all content creators, right? So I don't care if you post one photo or a million photos. We're all content creators because Instagram and Facebook are running ads in between our content, and they're making the money.
Now, when it comes to the subscription content, Isaac, let's say if I'm doing a post, a video, would that video be private and showing private on my live feed or on my current feed, and then it would give some type of notification saying to see this video or to view, become a subscriber?
So you can post paywall content And some of the paywall content will still appear in the feed. So if you're scrolling, it'll just be behind the paywall and blurred out. And you can say unlock or subscribe to see that. So if you're scrolling by and you see a particular artist or an influencer or somebody, and the content is paywall, you can just scroll on by and continue to see all the free content, or you can unlock that content with 100 loves, or you can subscribe to that user and see all of their content, all of their content unlocked. And so I think that's really the way that kind of allows people to still have that follower stuff. I'm not necessarily just want to see all exclusive stuff and feel forced to pay. I didn't want anybody to feel like they were forced to pay for anything. You can have a totally free experience on Fanbase, absolutely, and still have a great experience. But for those people that have a fan base like you, my belief is that 5% of the people that follow you are your core fan base. So if you have 100,000 followers, then you got 5,000 fans. And if you're monetizing that to the tune of about $2 a month, which is what you make, not even counting loves, but that's still $10,000 a month. That's still $120,000 a year. That's better than 97% of Americans if you were making $120,000 a year just off 5,000 people. So some people have a million followers, 2 million followers, and can't make $10,000 a month off their social media. You see what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So that's 5,000 people versus 2 million. Would you rather have 2 million followers or 5,000 fans? And that's the point. It's the core fan base that really is your support system. The cool thing about fan base is you can have both. You can have your 2 million followers and your 5,000 fans on the same platform at the exact same time.
I want to thank everyone for tuning in live on air with Stephen Cuoco on Power 98.5. My special guest, Isaac Hayes III, founder of Fanbase. Isaac began a multi-venture 21-year career as a songwriter-producer that transitioned into scoring music for TV networks and movies. His songwriting-producing credits include 6-time platinum T-Pain's Buy You a Drink, to music in films such as Pitch Perfect 2, Think Like a Man 2, and Kevin Hart's About Last Night. Isaac is also credited with scoring for numerous TV networks and shows on MTV, Fox, Bravo, ESPN, TNT, VH1, and NBC, and countless more, and they will continue. If I can go back just to backpedal just slightly, when it comes to the subscription and paid content, if I were to do a post, and let's say that post is hidden, would the description be there for the person to have some type of insight into what they would be purchasing?
Absolutely. Yeah, the caption, you're going to be able to see the caption. You just won't be able to see the content. Because you got to let people know what they're potentially missing out. Like, oh, behind the scenes of me working on my new album. Mm-hmm. Cool. There you go. So
is this proof of concept yours? Is it copyright? Is it trademark? Because no one's doing this.
There are platforms that do one or the other, but don't do both. And so, yes, some of this stuff is patent pending, but and that's extremely important too, just to be unique, because most platforms don't offer that dual capability, and it's kind of the first of its kind. There are the Patreons of the world, and OnlyFans is an enormously popular platform, but again, neither one of those platforms are real communities, right? So those are probably the most two popular subscription-based platforms, but they also key in and focus on just the content creator, like as an individual. So they focus on, the musician and the artist, or the really hot naked girl, or whatever it is, right? And then they leave out the other 99.9% of people that are just users, but are still content creators. So it's hard to scale a platform to an enormous amount of revenue when all you talk about are the famous people or the fit people or whoever as the backbone. So Fanbase is like everybody's a content creator. Everybody, you can stand on a stage in an audio room at Fanbase and wind up making some money just by saying something really good. Or like I said, you can create your own content, create your own short films, create your own, live engagement, stuff like that. So it just gives you the opportunity to kind of like be your own distribution platform within the social media environment, which as it grows and grows, that's pretty massive. Like that's a lot, a lot going on. So I think, the potential, revenue is just limitless for someone that really gets it. Like the first person that really understands how to use a platform like Fanbase. And it's always that learning curve with new platforms, It's always that, like, I'm going to figure this thing out, and then I'm going to become the king of Twitter or the king of Instagram or the Vine, the GOAT on Vine or whatever. So, it's all this stuff is a little difficult to figure out, but it's only a matter of time.
It's been said, Isaac, that Fanbase is a game changer for Black content creators. Have you found that it has gone even further in its reach to where many walks of life, at least through my experience, I've been seeing many different people from different beliefs and religions and how would I put it? Just from different walks of life, to put it simply, from gardening to some like musicians and agriculturalists. It's quite interesting to see certain content, and it's not about the color that I've noticed. It's really about how the presentation is starting to come across. It's very different than Instagram or TikTok and other platforms, to where people are starting to realize that they're able to give themselves permission to put themselves first and to identify what their passion is about, without the fear of it being overly hidden or shadow banned is what they're calling it now. What are your thoughts about that?
Yeah, I mean, I think there will be users, and there are users that discovering that they have a knack for hosting great audio rooms, or they have a knack for posting content that explains their particular passion or their skill that they should get paid for. And I think Fanbase is Black founded, but not Black only. It's a platform for anybody, because, I mean, we just, in the last 2 weeks, opened up the app in every country worldwide. We opened it up in all the app stores, so Google Play and the Apple App Store. So it's a very significant, move to really open this up for people all over the planet. So recognize that, we all have a fan base, and we're all a fan of something, and everyone has a fan base. So I think that's extremely important for us to know. And I mean, if you're not monetizing your content today, 5 years from now, you're going to regret that you didn't start today, because that's just the wave of the future. It's just no way. Like, the rev share model is the wave of the future. Running ads and you trying to break through the algorithm to get famous and somehow make money, that's corny. It's not going to work anymore, because people are becoming more and more hip to what platforms like Instagram do, where on TikTok, they allow you to really shine and become a success. But then a lot of times the Black creators, the ones that really create most of the culture, get shadow banned or disrespected on the platform. So we got to have a balance. There has to be a platform that recognizes the creativity of all people, without the agenda of capitalizing on money.
Will Fanbase ever be having advertising on its platform? And if so, Isaac, what would make you and what you're doing with Fanbase different from everyone else?
I think we just have to figure out what ways we can do advertising differently. I mean, I still think, and I think even if there is advertising on that platform, I still think it should be a rev share model. I still think that the user should still get some of the revenue of the ad that's run, alongside their content or in between their content. Just how I feel. Again, there's more than enough to go around when you're offering a split of the revenue to the user of the platform. So I think that's just your best bet. So I can't say in detail what that would look like, but in my mind, it's still some sort of rev share system where you're rewarded with income or rewarded with free love or something like that, even by watching ads, you know what I'm saying? And I think Twitch does that. They kind of reward their creators with virtual currency that they can use to then give to other creators by watching ads on the platform. So it's just some sort of rev share model that I think is extremely important.
Is there anything up and coming that has not been publicized yet? Maybe here for the first time, a drop, a gem that you would like to offer, or if not, Isaac, what could we possibly look forward to, if not for the rest of 2021, 2022 with Fanbase?
Well, first and foremost, the way that this company was funded was through equity crowdfunding on StartEngine. I raised $3.5 million in equity crowdfunding from the general public for a minimum to invest of $256 at $4 a share. I'm about to launch another round to allow more people to invest in Fanbase and have equity, because who better to own part of the platform than the users themselves? So again, I think offering the ability for people to invest and actually have part ownership in the platform is key, because again, without users, there is no platform. If everybody left all the social media networks tomorrow and quit using them, they don't make any money because there's nobody there to run ads. And so again, there's a value to that. And I think that the users who are going to spend their time and energy making themselves famous and making the platform the place that it is deserve a chance at equity and having ownership in a company that's going to basically make a lot of money off them being there. So why not offer them the same opportunity that we give venture capitalists that may never join the platform? They just say, oh, I invested in Fanbase, but I never use it, right? As opposed to someone that's going to really put their energy into it, and then give them the opportunity to have stock in the company. So I am announcing that we are about to do another round of investment, and some of it will be private capital, but there will be a portion that will be done through StartEngine. Again, I don't know the amount, I don't know the date, but it will be before the end of 2021.
And when we would be able to have that opportunity, Isaac, is, you said StartEngine private, where would we receive the information? Like if I were to want to do 10 shares, 50 shares, how would I have the accessibility or the tangible, document showing what I have of investment within Fanbase?
So you get a subscription agreement and a certificate of investment. So you'll get a subscription agreement that you own shares of stock in the company. And how that works is it's just like investing. It's just like investing in an Uber or an Instagram from the beginning, very beginning. It's not like being on the stock market that the shares fluctuate in value. It's a set price, but as we continue to raise money and the app grows and the valuation of the platform grows, like Fanbase has grown its user base 10x. I wouldn't say that the company is worth 10 times what it was worth. I wouldn't say it's a $200 million company because we raised $3.5 million at a $20 million valuation, but it's definitely, worth way more than it was when we first raised it, because we have, well over, like I said, 10x users that we have on the platform, and the engagement's going through the roof. So then those people that invested the first time, whatever the valuation of the company is, let's say the company is worth 3 or 4 more times what was invested. If you invested $500, now it's worth $2,000. And you stay on that path for the long haul. You say, look, I'm going to stay in this thing till Isaac builds this thing to a monster that he either then sells or IPOs in an IPO on the stock exchange, and then I sell all my shares and cash out that day, or he's bought out by some major corporation that wants to just own Fanbase bad enough to pay for it, and then we sell it. And that's a good thing.
I know you've got to go very soon. Real quick question. You posted on Instagram, and I believe it was about Snapchat. You said it had taken 7 years until they started to show an income. They started, I believe you had put, it was 2012, and then they went up to, I guess, in $1 billion or $5 billion or something like that within 2019. What is your projection with Fanbase? Do you see it taking 7 years, or do you believe in your heart for what you've poured into this and your team? Do you see this happening much sooner than 7 years, since you were just so very different from everyone else?
So the company was ByteDance, which is TikTok's parent company. They were founded in 2012, and they weren't profitable till 2019. So in that time frame, they were able to raise more capital and figure it out and grow. And a lot of times, a lot of platforms don't get that grace, especially founders of color don't get that grace to get funded till they figure it out. The unique thing with Fanbase is we've been making money from day one. You can also never tell what's going to happen with an app. You just have to be consistent. I'll give you 2 examples. Clubhouse is the exception and not the rule. Clubhouse was, around at a time when people were inside and they were, isolated, and it became a place for people to really catch up and talk to one another. It was great during quarantine, and people were able to sit around and talk all the time because we weren't moving. That's one way that you blow up, and now they're a $4 billion company. Another was Triller. Triller, this is crazy. TikTok got banned in India. This is one of the things that helped. The black community of kids in Atlanta started using TikTok as a place to make dance videos and kind of started to shape the frame of those dance video culture. Secondly, TikTok was banned in India. And when it was banned in India, overnight, Triller went from 1 million downloads to 30 million downloads overnight.
Wow.
So you just never know. I mean, I can't say that we're going to have that kind of fortune. You just never know where it's going to come from, but something's going to happen. There's always a viral moment. And you just never know when it's going to happen, but you got to be ready for it. So when it does happen, you're prepared. And that's what we're doing at Fanbase. We're really focused heavy on making sure that even though this platform has only been funded for 3 months, that we focus on the user experience and making it better, and we get better every day. And we have a hot fix and an update coming out probably in the next 2 or 3 days, probably over the weekend. And we continue to work. So we're always going to continue to keep pushing forward and making it this great platform that we know that it is.
Isaac, it is truly an honor to have you here live on air with Stephen Cuoco on Power 98.5. Your time has been very precious and very precious to us. We definitely want to have you back on again. I want to have you back on again. And in the future, for all those that are listening, when Isaac comes back on, we're going to do a different type of post and blast out to get any questions that you may have for Isaac and possibly bring you on to ask Isaac any questions. Any closing thoughts, any drops you want to give before we close out?
I just want to thank you for having me on the show. You can download Fanbase on iOS and Android worldwide. So wherever you are, look for the purple violet icon with the white F lightning bolt logo, and you'll be in the right place.
Any shout outs you want to give to anyone special, anyone close to you, or shout out to Fanbase?
Oh man, I mean, shout out to the team. Like shout out to Ramiro and Sharon, Ebony, and Dre and GW. Bill Campbell, all the people that are part of the Fanbase team, helping us do what we need to do to make this platform a success.
Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. Live on air with Stephen Cuoco and Isaac Hayes III, Fanbase founder and creator and president. I hope you have a great weekend. Stay safe, be strong, and remember, no one has power over you unless you give it to them, and you are worth more than doing that. Have a great weekend, everyone.
Friend us on your socials and let's connect.